Hello, Breaker Broke 23. Today in this video, I am going to take a quick look at the all-new President McKinley 2 FCC AM/FM single sideband CB radio. Okay, in the box, we get the radio. All-important sticker. Gotta have the decals. We have the mounting hardware. This will give us hardware to mount the bracket, the radio to the bracket with these thumb screws, and then the mic clip. This is a pretty heavy duty bracket for a radio this size. So there's our mounting bracket. And then we have our electret microphone. This is the stock mic for the radio. Highly effective stock mic, has a very good sound to it. And then of course on the end it has the 6-pin connector. And then last but not least, and very important, we have our 3-pin Uniden style power cord. This radio will work on 12 and 24 volt systems. Let's get into it. So I will quickly go over some front panel controls. This is a very basic layout and pretty easy to get familiar with. First off, we have a front or forward firing speaker. This is our fine and coarse clarifier for single sideband operation. This knob down here is our channel selector and menu push button. So this will activate, by pushing and holding this button, this will activate different menu features. These push buttons down here are multi-function push buttons. We have a mode button here, and this will switch the radio from AM, FM to upper lower sideband. This is our scan button for scanning through the 40 channels. A&L noise blanker, our memory button control, and this is our weather button for the weather radio option that's built into this. Volume, squelch, this has the ASC squelch control, the automatic squelch control. The ASC squelch is kind of a neat system. Right here we have the microphone jack. This is a 6-pin microphone. So I want to show you some of the basic memory functions on this radio. I'll go more into that on my other channel. That's 390 Wagon Master, and I'll leave a link to that channel down below. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take our and push our multifunction button here. Remember, this also is our channel selector. So we'll push and hold that. That will take us into the menu mode. So we have microphone type. This is currently set or factory default on electret. The microphone that comes with this radio is an electret microphone. And if you want to use an aftermarket microphone, say a D104 or a Turner or something like that, then you're going to have to turn that on to dynamic, and I'll show you how to do that. We're on mic type. We'll confirm that we want to make that change. Push that button again to confirm it. I'm going to go back to electret. That's confirmed. We have our SWR check mode in here. Again, I'll show you how to do that on the other channel. We'll just go in a lot more depth on that one. This is our tone control. This is the audio tone control for receiver. So this will make, think of this as like a treble control from a stereo. 0 would be flat, or the stereo control straight up in the middle, and then we can go minus. We can take high frequencies out and then boost those if we need to. You can actually hear that in the beep. So we'll confirm 1. 1 seems to work for me. We have our emergency channels 1 and 2 set. We have 2 emergency channels in here. We can also utilize those for dual watch channels. I currently have nothing in there right now. This is our PA control, and then this is our reset. So if you get lost or you make any mistakes in here, you can always go back and just reset it. Okay, this is our color. I'll push this again. I'm in green right now. We can go orange. It's supposed to be yellow. Blue, that's one of my favorites. However, I use green for filming. It's just easier. It shows up a lot easier. Okay, so that's pretty basic. Let's see here. Let's change modes. We have AM, FM, upper lower sideband. We have our noise blanker. This is A&L, noise blanker, and then of course A&L noise blanker together. Let me change channels. We'll go up here where it's kind of quiet, and you can hear the difference. Here at my location, I have a lot of power line noise, and the A&L and noise blanker is a must. So this is wide open. A&L only. Noise blanker only. Or a combination of the two. I find that very effective. On a side note, this is an AM upper lower sideband radio with FM capability. This excels in AM. One of the better AM rigs out there today. I'm going to say right up there near the top. The AM performance of this radio is just awesome. I mean, it's just a really nice AM radio. It's also a good sideband radio, but if you're worried or wondering how AM performs on this rig, this is a top-notch rig. Very sensitive and nice and quiet to listen to, even with all this power line noise that I have here at the base station. AM function on this is just beautiful. Okay, on the rear panel, we'll start out with the power plug. This is the old standard 3-pin Uniden power plug, Uniden Cobra power plug. Very nice to have. We have our 3.5 millimeter external speaker jack, 3.5 millimeter PA jack, and a 2.5 millimeter jack here for an optional voice operated relay microphone, a little Vox mic, if you will, and our SO239. And then here is a side profile. You know, I have the screws off of here, so let's take a look at the inside. Okay, here's the inside of the radio. This is all surface mount technology. Really nice. This is our dedicated weather channel board. And yeah, pretty interesting. Nice little layout. And I'll pop the bottom lid off here. Here's cover for the bottom. Just really nice and clean. And then here is our speaker right there, and the front panel board. Very nice and clean. And of course it's DIN sized, like I mentioned earlier, meaning it's approximately 2 inches. It's about 1 7/8 inches tall, and the width is 6 3/4, roughly the size of most car stereos. So the McKinley is within about a 1/4 inch of the proper width for DIN. You may have to put a spacer on each side to get that to mount into, say, like a Toyota mount, but it is the proper depth. And like I said, the proper height. So you really shouldn't have any problem mounting this radio in, say, a Toyota, Nissan, something like that. If you have a double DIN stereo setup, then this should work out for you rather well. It has a front firing speaker, so you're not going to really need to have an external speaker. However, maybe for the antenna connection, I would put possibly a right angle antenna adapter on there. But because it's pretty much the same depth as a car stereo, depending on your vehicle, you should have enough room in the rear. But yeah, that'll work out just fine. Okay, so we're going to wrap this video up, but I'd like to give you my final thoughts on the President McKinley 2. Overall, I have been using this for almost a week on my base station. I have a lot of power line noise here in the summertime, and the noise blanker and A&L on this radio is very, very effective. Now, the A&L and noise blanker can be used either together or independently on AM. On single sideband, you only get the noise blanker, and it would be noise blanker on and off. Transmitted audio, transmitted modulation on this radio is excellent. The stock electret mic that comes with it is the microphone of choice. I mean, with a conversion plug, like a 4-pin to 6-pin conversion plug, you could run like a Turner, a static, or Turner, or whatever you have, and that's all fine and good. However, in my opinion, the stock mic and the Digimike are the two mics to go with on this radio. Even in AM, the factory microphone on AM will give you really good performance, plenty loud. 100% modulation, no problem. It's just a good sounding radio. This radio is AM, FM, upper lower sideband, correct? FM performance is great. AM performance, I think, is exceptional on this radio. I really like the sound of this receiver, and especially when you use the A&L noise blanker you can use them independent of each other for different types of noise, and I really like that flexibility. This just has a great receiver. It can pull a lot of signals out of thin air almost. I mean, it's just a great sounding receiver. Sideband performance on this is very good as well, and of course you can tune in most any signal with the fine and coarse clarifier. I really have not had to go beyond using the fine clarifier. This radio, when I tested it out, was dead on frequency, 100% straight up on frequency. I was getting about 3 3/4 watts output on AM with a little bit of forward swing, which was really nice. Single sideband, I was getting about 8 watts average talk power with about 12 to 14 watts PEP. So it will hit rated power levels. This is a single final unit. This is not going to be a powerhouse as far as RF output goes. If you want something like that, there's other radios out on the market. But I think what you're going to get with this is just a really rock solid radio. Should give you years of trouble-free performance. And, also with the feature of being able to mount it in dash, I think that helps out quite a bit. So I was saying that the stock mic works really well, and that's probably the microphone to go with. Now, I have the Digimike as well. This is the President Digimike, and I'll leave links to this down below. This is an interesting little microphone here. This is also an electret microphone, has a good solid heavy feel to it, but this has NRC. This has their electronic noise reduction circuit or noise canceling circuit. So this would be comparable to like a trucker's mic. Neat thing about this is yes, you can still go up, down in your channels. However, the up, down buttons also work to adjust the noise canceling effectiveness of the radio. So we can go from 1 to 5, 1 being the least amount of noise canceling, 5 going to the most amount of noise canceling. And it doesn't really change the way you sound. It doesn't change your voice per se. It does just take out the background noise. So just like in PA gear or something like that, or recording studio gear, it lets your voice come through and it cancels out the background noise. And this, by the way, this has been a great combination. So I would recommend using the Digimike if you have issues with background noise in mobile service. Okay, so there you go. That is the new President McKinley 2 FCC AM FM single sideband CB radio for 2023. Pretty nice little rig. not a high dollar rig or anything like that. So, if you're new to CB radio and you're looking for something with all modes, maybe want to do a little bit of shooting a little bit of skip or something like that, this is the radio that I would suggest to go out and give it a shot. Definitely. Nice little rig here for sure. If you're a seasoned CBer, but you want something a little more simple that you can just kind of turn it on and forget about it, I would recommend this radio as well. All right. If you want more detailed information on this radio, then run over to my 390 Wagon Master YouTube channel and check that out, where I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in the menu functions and stuff like that. So anyway, please leave questions or comments down below. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, please consider doing so. Thank you for watching.